A better way to pay your UTG fees with instant proof of payment and real-time student portal update. Paying your University of the Gambia fees has never been easier or more convenient. With Ecobank, students, parents and guardians can pay UTG tuition and related fees through our secure digital banking channels such as Ecobank mobile app, Ecobank Online and Ecobank Omni Lite. Once payment is completed, instant proof of payment is generated and the UTG student portal is updated in real time, allowing students to proceed immediately with registration, course selection and clearance without unnecessary delays, while giving parents and guardians peace of mind that payments have been successfully processed. How to pay via the Ecobank mobile app. Open the Ecobank mobile app and navigate to the home screen. Select Pay Bill, choose Pay a New Bill and select Schools from the category options. Select University of the Gambia. Select the specific product you are paying for. Enter your matriculation number and tap Continue. Validate your details. The system will display the payable amount. Press Continue to confirm the payment. An e-receipt is generated automatically as proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. How to pay via Ecobank Online or Omni Lite. Log in to Ecobank Online and Omni Lite using your credentials. Select the menu and choose Bill Payments. Choose Quick Bill Pay and select School from the category options. Select University of the Gambia. Select the specific product you are paying for. Enter your matriculation number and tap Continue. Validate your details. The system will display the payable amount. Press Continue to confirm the payment. An e-receipt is generated automatically as proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. Walk into any Ecobank branch or pay through our digital channels and enjoy instant proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Santa Yala.
Nga xaar utal Wave nga scan nga fay te nag doo ci yokk dara.
Jah Oil Company stands tall as a trusted name in energy, keeping the Gambia moving with service stations across the country and a commitment to innovation and reliability. In Farafenni, Jah Group is reshaping our industrial landscape. The Jah Oil Cement Factory can produce up to 100,000 bags a day, reducing imports, creating jobs, and building a stronger Gambia brick by brick. And in the heart of the Central River region, Jah Farming Initiative is cultivating food security. With thousands of hectares under development and modern irrigation, Jah Farming is turning the Gambia's soil into abundance. Jah Group is more than a company. It is a vision of self-sufficiency, resilience, and progress. The Jah Group of companies, investing in industry, agriculture, and energy, building the Gambia's future today. Joining me now is Ambassador Essa Bokarr, a seasoned diplomat and respected security analyst. Once a presidential aspirant, he seems to have set aside personal ambition to focus on a bigger mission, forging opposition unity and blocking all paths to a third term for President Adama Barrow. Well, today we'll explore with Ambassador C his role in coalition building, his insights into the recent security scandals that led to the resignation of the Army Chief of Staff and ongoing and very disturbing allegations against the National Security Advisor, a schoolmate of mine. Also, his assessment of the current state of Gambian diplomacy Also with the U.S. Navy disabling a Gambian flagged ship in the Gulf crisis, we'll hear his reading of what that means for our nation's maritime credibility. Lots to talk about. Ambassador Essa Bokarr. Finally, we have you in the flesh on Coffee Time with Peter Gomez. Not that you haven't been heard on Coffee Time, but it's usually with, either interviews with...
other people.
Yes, the late Alajikoli especially.
Oh, yeah, son.
Apparently a close friend of yours.
Yeah, I can say that, Peter, but I call you Sir Peter anyway.
You're very kind. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
Good to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
Where do we start? Well, maybe let's start with your once presidential ambitions. Maybe they're still there, but you seem to have put them, on the back burner to help in forging an opposition coalition. What led you into wanting, in the first place, to be president of this country? People say we are full of so many different problems. Wanting to lead here should be the last thing on anybody's mind.
That is true. Thank you, Peter. Well, what I would say is both of you, and we are all in the, on what I would call the path of faith. So I'll begin by saying that I recognize the presence of the creator of the observable and observable universe, which is our creator. And I think, Peter, where you ended it is true. It's one of the most challenging things that one can put on your head. I jovially say it around that I am a captured and forced candidate, sort of, because some people would say this and that, Issa, you have to join this. And I said, well, you see, what I want people to understand is that this is not a lone wolf mission. This is a mission for the common good. And a seasoned journalist yourself, I can't say it, you may not say it in the words I'm going to say it, but I read from when you are a host of people that you say, we all know what the problems are, and then people are searching for an alternative to solve these problems, because it will be monotonous for somebody to come on this TV, radio station and then start telling people the problem is this, what are the alternatives? So I just sat down and said, okay, the movement is there, but I said this movement could have never been possible if there was no Gambia. No political party can come into existence if there is no Gambia. So the coalition, what I want to reiterate is that whether some people believe it is serious or not, it is more than the word serious. Because the people that compose this, beginning from the chairman, Professor Mbalo and others, you think about the likes of Essa Fall, the likes of Professor Lamin Mane, the likes of Mama Kande, the likes of the UMC, Talib Bensouda, and others. Those people would definitely not waste their time.
All right, we'll get into your efforts at coalition building later on. But the question is, why did Essa Bokarr at one point want to become president of the Republic of the Gambia?
Maybe I'm being the diplomat, beefing it up with an answer. Let me just cut straight through the thing and say that it's my right as a citizen.
Absolutely.
As a person who was born in this country. And then I see that it may not be the best option where bringing development is there. But right now, in this generation of today, in this world of today, civilization dictates that the best option available is democracy. So participating in anything that is a process derived, germinated also within democracy, that's what I want to see myself be part of. And that's why I am in it, because I believe that sitting aside and then talking about it, writing and all that, I think I want to be qualified as part of that sphere they call participatory democracy.
That is by becoming president. You're not seeking, you are not seeking National Assembly, a National Assembly seat or mayoral position. You wanted to be president.
Yeah, so wanting to be president through democracy, that's what I'm trying to say. So I am saying that this is why I'm in it. I don't want to be on the side of observatory. I want to be participatory. That's why I want to be part of it.
Participatory is, what I do is participatory. I vote. Since I started voting in 1982, I have voted in every election except one, 1996, because I wasn't in the country at the time.
I have to remember I'm facing Sir Peter. Anyway, okay, now, let me say this, Peter.
I participate.
Yes, okay.
But I don't ever want to be president of this country. And that's what I'm saying. So you participate, you've been voting, I suppose.
Yes.
But on top of that, you want to be president. You want to be where Adama Barrow is right now.
Yes. The thing is, I want to be the president like any other person whom I believe has the same way of, thought process in them. Because my way of doing things will be different from the incumbent. I believe that I have something in me that can help continuity. I will never sit on a platform though and say the incumbent has done nothing, he is nothing. I will never speak like that. I don't speak like that. I believe that whatever he has done, I have something that would be much better to ascertain continuity on that.
Yes. Fantastic. All right. But you may have shelved, let's say, your presidential ambition for now, or will you run in 2026?
Well, I would say not to avoid, going against principle. I would say I've not shelved anything. I want to blend it. I want it to melt into what I believe is more of consensus. That, like I said in the beginning, it's not a lone wolf mission, because lone wolf missions usually are not the best missions. Yes.
So the presidential ambitions are still alive?
Absolutely, because the moment in fact, I would say, in this generation of today, Peter, you're well informed about what happened in Botswana, what happened in Kenya, what happened in Senegal and all that. In this world of today, well, I think anybody who wants to really stand before people and you mean business, you would want to cooperate with your people to bring change. Because paradoxically, I do hear people sending sound bites out about the coalition, but I want people to remember that thought is based on past experience and subsequent mental operation. The subsequent mental operation right now is that the sitting government came to power through coalition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your role in bringing the opposition together in a solid coalition?
Well, I would begin to say thank you to my colleagues for the trust, because everybody has seen Tariq Ahmed Bensouda came to my residence, not because I am a very important person. That's not why they are coming. I believe that, in fact, they are.
It just happens that you are.
But they are more important, to be honest with you, Peter. He came, everybody knows the acumen in Essa Fall as far as knowledge, being a lawyer, locally, globally, everybody knows that. Essa would not just get up and come to somebody simply because he wants to visit you. Everybody has seen me sit with Mama Kande, the UDP.
You sat with Mama Kande?
Yeah.
There's nothing I haven't done to sit with Mama Kande.
He's a very cool brother. I think he's watching. So, Mama,
I've said it not once, not twice. Mama Kande just wouldn't sit down with me.
No. I will tell you in full. Mama, Ardo. I told him, if I leave here, come here and sit here. He's my brother. He will even laugh. He will come. Mama is very cool. He's a very cool guy. And then UDP organizing secretary, my dear brother. The whip of the National Assembly also came to the house. Park came. People Alliance for Change. So all of them, particularly Essa and everybody else, what they would recognize in me is that your role as a diplomat will help in coordinating the efforts. I have a lot of respect for Professor Mane also, we spoke, he's a good brother. And this is why I would use that. I said it before I came. I know I'm not a stranger here in West Coast. You and I have. So I've said it that my role is to coordinate within cooperation. And then I'll be guided by discipline, patience, and strategic acumen. So I said it in Wolof the other day. I will say it in Wolof translated. Ko foog ne coalition bi amul fulla, am na fulla lol. Kufone amut faida amna faida lol. If anybody thinks that this is just an adventure, Essa Bokar, I'm not an adventurer. You know, we are shifting from being an adventurer to being somebody who will use, not to be an adventurer, an amateur, but you have to be serious about what you do. I believe that our democracy has a lot of sprains in it, so I think we'll play with words here. I will use acupuncture instead.
Okay.
To make sure that the sprains, you know, I mean, the pain somewhere will be cured. So I think our democracy really needs acupuncture.
Needs acupuncture. So what are the biggest obstacles to opposition unity, and how are you people working to overcome them?
Well, before I came, you know, me, I'm a cautious optimist, because if you cannot call yourself somebody who likes strategy and then you are not a cautious optimist, you cannot do that. So in anything you enter into, do not always go in it. Like I learned this from one military guy. He once said it before, and I picked it from him. I may pick one from you today, because me, I like that. So, and this person...
I have no ideas to give you.
Oh, come on, Peter. You know, he said, in any situation, the mind is like an odometer. Do not be extremely, positive-minded. Do not be extremely negative-minded. He said, be open-minded. So my open-mindedness is what I landed. But when I went to the meeting, because when I came, I went around the country, because I told people that I would defy two things: stronghold and incumbent. These are concepts that people build, and those who are mystified around it, they enjoy it, they like it, because they will see that it is to their advantage. I told my team that, let me show you how to demystify that. We had a meeting in a place like Gambisara, Diabuguba, Tapa, Tendaba. We had a meeting at Basse itself. People were telling, oh, if you go to Basse, then it's the incumbent. I had a meeting in Basse, and there was a big sabar at the Sendika, and the crowd kept on growing and growing.
Ah,
yes.
You pulled a big crowd.
Of course. I went to Jiroba. I mean, people were telling, and some people told, don't go to Birkama. I went to Birkama, Jalambang, Welingara, okay, Kabafita. From there, I went to Gunjur, and then went to Nyofele. There is a small, I call them very well organized Manjago village. Of course, I'm not using that term because of the tribe, but I'm using it to show that those people heard about me and they said they want to see me. I went there and got lessons there that I would never forget, because the person who leads the church there spoke and then gave me advices I will ever remember as far as auditing and things like that. I was in Nyofele itself, and there was a big crowd. Well, they started naming one of their groups after my spouse.
Oh, really?
Something like that. Bokar, you know, you cannot refuse everything. Now, we have a long list of a program where we are going to. But what I am doing, as far as this thing, is building a constituency. That's what every candidate in the coalition I would expect to do. Because when you build your constituency, we combine the built constituencies by using what I would call substance, not only form. Of course, form and substance are intertwined. Then we will match them and come together. That's the way to go forward. You don't go around there as if I am the only candidate, I'm the only one who can lead the country. Even if you're an incumbent, you keep saying that. It makes me laugh, because the point is that Allah did not create one person. He created people. And when you are a leader, you believe you are the only one who can lead. Well, look around and look back and see how many people are behind you. Tell all of them to vacate the country, then you will find out you are not the leader.
So what kind of coalition do you envision? Broad-based, issues-driven, or as we saw in 2016, purely electoral?
I like the way you put it, because purely electoral, and what did you say?
That's what
no, I'm coming.
Issues-driven?
Issues-driven, yes.
Or broad-based, yeah.
Let me write it down.
You know, because that's what we saw. I mean, in 2016...
Issues-driven, broad-based, and... You said
electoral, purely electoral.
Purely electoral.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say 2016 was purely electoral. Let's get Yaya Jammeh out of here and then think about
whatever we have is okay.
Yeah.
Well, somebody like me, I am driven by passion and guided by principle, and I believe in having in me the strategic acumen. You cannot claim to be somebody who admires strategy at the same time go on only electoral or broad-based and stand there. I would, in fact, if I am asked to pick only one, I will just pick issues-driven. But if I am asked to pick only two, I'll pick issues-driven and broad-based.
Okay.
But definitely, I don't want to be only electoral, because that is not going to solve the problem of the country. It cannot.
We have seen.
And there, I'll add something there. There is a difference between productivity and popularity, and that has been a big disease in African democracy. The popular ones are not most of the time the most efficient ones. So that popularity has to be transformed into productivity. You cannot do it if you are not strategic. You have to be strategic. Well, I like it when it makes me smile when somebody sits out there and think that, oh, this guy is just talking. It is difficult to remove an incumbent, or the incumbent will come and say that, no, this. I like somebody looking down on my strategies, because I've been like that since I was young. It makes me...
You like to be underrated.
Exactly.
You like to be the
I like that. Yeah? It's always my power, because when the person underrates you, that's the best time, because that is what they call in strategic fighting. Suspense and surprise are very good weapons, Peter.
Okay. So when, in the course of this coalition building, do you discover that conversations around issues are stronger, or is it conversations around popularity, to use, a word you just used, or just that, we want to be seen to be all-inclusive, bring everybody on board, and that's that. As broad-based as possible.
I want to say this, Peter. Personally, to be honest with you, I am not hungry and thirsty to be a president because I want to lead the Gambia. And I have seen in my colleagues that. I can tell you that the people that I meet in that room, we are not there like what they call in Wolof, under the giant Tagodi Jowante. No, that's not happening in the room. No.
Nice one.
Yes, because that's what cracks people. Even some governments, you will see that most of the time, for me, I take it more of to being a serious government that where internally your conflicts are not covered. You bring them out. You show to the people that you're human, you agree to disagree. But all the time, trying to believe that everything anybody says against you, no, he should be castigated, he should be squashed. No, that's not the way.
Okay.
I don't belong to that kind of category. Where I see something I feel that is not right, even whilst we are building it, I will say it, and that's what I'm seeing in the room.
Okay. So, just to finish on this coalition thing, how are the talks going, and will there be an opposition coalition to take on Adama Barrow on the 5th of December?
Well, there is already a coalition, I can tell you that.
There's already a coalition?
Yeah, there is. I'm not going to say this exactly, but let me tell you this. Peter, I want to swear, and I don't like doing that all the time. I will never be part of an adventure as far as my nation is concerned. Being an adventurer is very dangerous for your country, because you are germinating hype, you are also germinating euphoria, when actually it is not true. But on the same platform here, that where we are, Peter, let me say this again. That coalition is already there. The unity is already there. But that's why we are also controlling the information, not to control per se, like we don't want to know anybody to know, because discipline is there. Chairman Barrow comes out, speaks to the media, explains things. Some of us are there. You cannot just be going to speak for them. That's one of the codes of conduct, very serious codes of conduct. And comparison is being made between what we are doing and other countries that did it, that are successful. Serious democracies like Kenya, like Botswana, like Senegal and all that. I would call it serious democracies, because there is a reason why I'm using the word serious.
One thing that confuses people is the number of coalition builders we have.
Yeah.
There's the group that you're part of. There's the one that DA is part of, Apex.
Let me clarify that my group is not like Apex. It's not like PAC.
There's also PAC, yes.
We are like any other movement or political party in there. Because of me being Essa, because of the diplomacy, it is believed that some other people who are experts in other areas also are seen as they could assume that role. But I am part of it as UMCs, as UDPs, as GDCs, as any other member. Okay. So the Apex ones, the PAC ones, they are all under the umbrella. That's the big umbrella. There is nothing like PAC here, Apex here. No. All of them are under one umbrella.
And this is the umbrella that you're part of, is
yes,
it?
Every one of us is part of.
Okay.
You know, I don't know of any political party that is not in there, except the ruling party. And of course,
NRP is not there.
Yes,
GMC is not there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
GPDP is not there.
Yeah, but the thing is, GPDP, my own Benjamin, I call him Benjamin.
Yeah.
You know, so the other people. I mean, for me, it's like you know, you remember the old tape recorders we used to have. The cassette is
yes.
here, the CD is here. For me, I believe they are all in one. Okay, so when I say the incumbent, I'm talking about, that's why I said, ironically, if I hear some people scorning at opposition, I said, well, thought process is here. Past experience, subsequent mental operation. The subsequent mental operation is that right now, anybody in this government you're scorning at the coalition, I wouldn't be angry with you. I will just smile. I say, hey, dude, that's what is maintaining you on the seat of power right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are sure there will be a coalition to face the ruling alliance?
I like the way you put it this time, because earlier on when you mentioned the name of I keep telling people that Adama Barrow for me, Yahya Jammeh for me, the late Sir Dawda Jawara is not a person, it's an institution.
Okay.
My intention is not to remove a person from the seat of power, but I want to remove an institution democratically to tell the institution that there is no reassurance for me as far as continuity is concerned.
Okay. So before I ask, why you want to remove that institution, what chances do you give your coalition against the ruling
Well,
alliance?
I do hear people come out and then give percentages on how much percent. You hear that all the time.
Yeah, Barrow wants to win by 75%.
Yeah, I
minimum.
heard that.
75% minimum.
I heard that. Realistically, I will give it to anybody who wants to take it. And when I predict, I am not going by euphoria or emotions. I'm not an emotionally charged person. Senghor said it. La raison c'est pour Hélène. Reason is for this particular individual. Emotion is for this other particular individual. I don't go by emotions. Reasonably, if you associate the variables, you study the dynamics, you look at it, believe me, the coalition can win by 67.8%.
Oh,
yes.
67.
Let anybody deny me.
To the last decimal point, right?
Let anybody. This is my own assessment. I mean, and I'm not being polarizing things here. I am being serious. I am not saying that I am the only person who can predict. Somebody can come from the government and deny me. I mean, I like that because that's what we were fighting for. Sometimes when I see people talk, get angry, reacting to others, castigating, I laugh. I say, this is not what we are fighting for. If I am against Peter, we should come here, speak to each other, laugh at it, but at the same time be serious.
Ideas,
exactly. I don't know why some people believe that even if you quote another person, they will giggle, look at the person, you try to associate the person. Those things are not for maturity. They are not for professionalism.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just finally on, elections before we move on to, other issues affecting our country. I mean, the Gambia is not just about elections. Yes, it may be
absolutely
an election year, but hey, listen, there are bigger things than
I agree with
election.
you, Peter, 100%.
Why don't you want Barrow to have a third term? Or don't you want this institution to have a third term?
Well, for me, like I always say, Allah knows that Adama as a person is a brother. When I meet him, I don't remember us using any other language other than Fulani, sometimes a little bit of Wolof. So that shows you that...
How is his Fula? Not very good.
I can tell you that if I go with Adama on an exam on Fulani language, I think Adama himself agrees that I will beat him with the results. Okay, so I know he will tell me, no, Mijabani.
So he doesn't speak great Fula?
No, I'm just teasing him. He speaks, of course he speaks great Fula. If I don't want us to mark our test, maybe Ahmad Ba can do the marking, but he himself knows that my Fula is good, but his Fula is... But coming back to...
Why don't you want him to...
You know, for me, it's like some people wanted to associate my approach towards ending it as a third term. No, the third term thing, when I said I don't agree to it, it's not because, like, what the law says or no. I think those people who listen to me know that I am more law-abiding and more responsible than any one of them would think, because I know the local content of things and I know the global content of things. What I am saying is this, like they say in Wolof, Peter, maybe you will like that proverb also. Yalla lu nekk la mun Peter, why do li mun yeb lay def?
Dega.
Isn't it?
Absolutely.
Allah, the creator. There is nothing he cannot do. But it's not everything he can do, he does.
True.
Okay, the Constitution has given you the right. There is no problem about that. For me, I did not make the law. No, we all made the law, isn't it? But my wish for him, and I say it here on this platform, I've said it over and over, is that he would have been the first president to enter, to win elections in 2016, clean slate, no military, nothing, because Sadat also came clean slate, but he took over from the colonialists. It was not just going through the first round of election and winning. We all know that, right? Francis Edward Small and others, what they did, everybody knows that. But with this man on the seat of power today, Brother Adama, he came through elections in a very tense situation. And I don't think he will ever venture into saying that someone like me and others didn't do anything. I hope he will not. You know, so we all did something to bring change.
Okay.
I wish after the 2020 and also for me, no issues. Legally he can go, but for me as an individual, based on my principle, I believe that what I wish for him was to write a chapter that no president in the Gambia has ever written, and he would have been one of the best presidents in West Africa also to write that chapter, that he came 2016 to 2021, 2026, I am gone 10 years. He would want to start it in the Gambia. No president has ever done that. I wish he could, and I offered to say, I'm not the only landed person in this country, but I think I have a little bit of expertise to share with people. I would have coordinated people for us to sit and write a project called the Barrow Conflict Resolution Center. Then he would continue being a president even after leaving the State House. I am not into this because I want to take him out only because you shouldn't be the president. No, I am trying to assure continuity, whether it is the state or not. We should know that democracy does not go with wishful thinking.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.